What you checking out?
Our brand new phone book that just came today. I love this part. Easy to read print, blurry as shit. What the fuck? Anyway, these are good for only one thing nowadays, and that's turning into a Mississippi ass beater. Hey guys, welcome to Gear Tasting. As you know, it's no surprise that I like mass gray a hell of a lot. I am a frequent shopper at LBT. Every time they run the mass gray stuff, it's like I can't help myself, and I buy stuff. So one of the things that I've been trying to work out with my own loadout is getting down to a good fitting chest rig that's got kind of an all-in-one type platform. And I think I finally found it, so that's what I want to share with you today. So I recently picked up their Low Pro chest rig with assault pack combo. So what this is like it's a zip front chest rig with detachable shoulder straps, and you can dock in this assault pack. So it's got male, these are probably 1.5 inch buckles here, and male 1.5 inch buckles here on both sides. So it interfaces with this Low Pro chest rig. Well, a while ago, I had also picked up a zip front mass gray 1961 chest rig. This is the 1961 A-R. So I will try to keep the numbers going on these LBT products so you know what they are, just in case. But that's my one beef with LBT is like, I love your gear, but like the number stuff is just hard to keep track of. I can't even remember what stuff is. But anyway, I have a hard time remembering stuff anyway. You guys know that. But anyway, so I had purchased this, and one of my problems with that, I wanted to, so you guys have probably seen this before. I've been running a mass gray 1961A chest rig for a long time, and I like it a lot. So I was able to find the hydration carrier on the back. So basically the way that this all goes together is when I put on the chest rig, I can clip in the hydration carrier, and it acts as the waist strap here. So that's how this works. And I've been pretty happy with it, but as someone commented on Instagram the other day, it's more of like a belly rig than a chest rig because it does sit pretty low on me. And that's really all I can do with the adjustment here. So there's really not much I can do unless I take it to a stitch bitch and get it raised up or get this done. I'm kind of stuck with this. So that's one of my conundrums that I've always had. And then I don't like doing this. I don't like pulling everything off my head. There's modern innovations that have come along like zip front chest rigs to allow you not to have to do that, which I like. So that's why I picked this one up, the AR version. So I like that I can just climb right into this, screw up my mic, and zip it up in the front. But my problem with this is when I adjust it all the way to fit me as a chest rig, the shoulder straps are kind of ridiculous. So there's nothing I can do with the adjustment here because of the space that's taken up by the buckles down here. And it's great that it's got a quick disconnect feature, and I love the zip front, and I would love to convert what I usually do to this, because I can also take that same hydration carrier and put it on the back of this. So this little hydration carrier, if you didn't really get a good look at that, it docks in to the back of the chest rig through these female buckles that are at the top, and then it wraps around this strap like so. So it can be completely removable, or you can add it. So this has got the same setup on this chest rig right here to do that. So I could run the hydration carrier in this, so I really wasn't worried about it. But when I got this, I noticed the fit was just off. So I've been looking for a solution to that. And one of my other conundrums is if I'm wearing body armor. So I've got the shoulder straps from this, and I've got the shoulder straps from body armor that I've got. And then if I wear a backpack, which I typically do, I've got the shoulder straps in the backpack too. So now I've got 3 sets of shoulder straps on me, which gets a little bit ridiculous. So that's why, some of the modern innovation I've talked about before, like Mayflower kit, which, let me get the best example here. This is probably the best example. Sorry, I should have had this ready. So this is one of Mayflower Research and Design's chest rigs. Research and Consulting, sorry, which is now Velocity Systems. So they came out with this chest rig, which you could just remove the shoulder straps from, and now you can dock the chest rig right into the carrier, which, once I do this, this is an older style chest rig too, but you can dock that right into the plate carrier, so now you only have one set of shoulder straps for both your chest rig and your plate carrier, which is a great innovation, and LBT doesn't have this on here, but I did find the next best thing, which was only having two sets of shoulder straps technically. So I'd still have the set of shoulder straps from the plate carrier, and then what I figured out that I could do, when I bought this combo, I kind of had an inkling that because of these male 1.5s, I would be able to create this super rig. So remove all this. So I'm removing the shoulder straps from the 1961 AR. Only those. So now I'm left with this type of setup. And now I can take the backpack or assault pack, and this assault pack is the LBT 2649B medium hydration carrier, otherwise known as AK or AK assault pack. So now I'm going to clip this in. And this is getting clipped into, again, the 1961 AR. Oh, you know what? Before I do this, I did want to mention one other thing that I had a gripe about with this beforehand, because this also fixed another issue that I forgot to mention. Only take a second, sorry. So when I had this clipped in on this chest rig, I would get this gnarly rattle. So that's the 1.5-inch buckle right on the shoulder strap area that was doing that. Now I could always take some tape and tape around it to stop that from rattling, but it kind of takes away the whole reason that there's a quick disconnect on this. So, I mean, it is what it is. I just wanted to point that out. So, let's turn around here. What I like about this setup is that this is how the shoulder straps come on the assault pack. So, and I kind of already weave this through just so you can see it, but this is how the shoulder straps come. So they've got this adjustable piece of 1.5-inch webbing here, and you can slide this up and adjust it down. So if you needed more, you know, if you needed this to go lower, you could put this behind this little webbing strap, and then you'd have a way to adjust it. But what I found perfect for this is that I could slide this male buckle into that piece of webbing, and because of where it sits on me in particular, I can adjust that here. So now when I clip it in here, like so, I can put that elastic right around the buckle, and now it silences that buckle and it doesn't rattle. And honestly, because of the connection with these, it actually didn't rattle before, so I'll kind of show you that. So it's a much nicer connection, and that's just because the male and female buckle on this, the Fastex buckle, if you will, are more properly mated, I guess. So sometimes you can have male and female buckles that don't fit right together, much like in life. So that's just a little aside on this. So basically, when I get this all put together, I've now got the ability to run an assault pack, which is great because I don't use the amount of space typically in a 3-day pack for what I need anyway on, you know, a typical loadout, whatever I'm doing. And then this goes in here, this goes in here, and now I've got what I feel is the ultimate setup. So now I don't have the shoulder pad issue, I don't have the belly rig issue, and I still have a quick disconnect. I don't have the rattling issue, and now I can get in and out of the rig without having to put everything on over my head. While those may seem like silly complaints when you wear a chest rig, those are things you start to notice and want to fix too. So I'm glad that I could finally find a solution. One last thing I wanted to mention is the shoulder strap on this. This is kind of unwieldy. You would, probably have to cut this or something. But the problem with that is that there's really no. You would almost kind of have to like come up here and tape it up, which could be kind of a pain because you really wouldn't be able to do much with it once you get to that point. So what I did on this side, you can kind of see it. And this is how I'm going to run this. I'm going to push this through so the elastic comes through on this. And what I did is basically I did this. So I pulled the buckle out like this. I took the loose end of the webbing, I put it back through the bottom of the buckle like that. Made sure the adjustment was right before I got that all the way. So that's tight. Pulled that back through. And then I came back here on the elastic, pulled the webbing back through, and then pulled the male portion of the buckle back through. And then, I'll explain this in a second. Now I came back in here, buckled that, pushed that back through. So now I've got my extra webbing hanging out the bottom. So if I had to adjust that, I could leave some if I needed to and basically just put it into this pocket behind here, which is good. So if I wanted to keep some webbing, you could put it behind here. But if not, if I wanted to just cut it, I could cut it cleanly and not have to worry about anything coming up this way on a chest rig. So hopefully that tip helped you. Hopefully you can kind of see where my evolution has gone with this. I really like the idea of now having not only a place to put the hydration pack that I carry, but also store stuff in it as a backpack too. And, if I need to get into a backpack, it's super simple just to basically get out of this, get into the backpack and put it back on. So that again was kind of a combo between the LBT 1961A-G and the low pro plate or low pro chest rig that they made with the assault pack adapter. So this was all stuff that they just recently came out with. They had a big sale this last weekend, and like I said, couldn't resist myself. Hopefully that kind of gives you guys an idea of my progression so far with a chest rig, and this is definitely a little worse for wear, but it's still holding up just fine. So I'm a big fan of LBT stuff. I like their mass gray color. It's again based on that Naval Special Warfare Kokatat mass suit sepia color, which we based our mass modern assault sweater on. Yeah, that's what that is, right? Modern assault sweater. Anyway, pick one of these up if you want. These are on the site now, and I picked up some other things like a sling to try out, and one of these little stuff sack type things that they came out with too. So check out LBT for all your mass gray gear needs. All right, welcome to Questions Over Coffee. Today I got a question from Brad over email. If you could only choose one piece of the PCU system to have, which piece would you choose? That's easy for me because I always migrate to the level 2. So level 2 in the PCU system has a top and a bottom. And I really love this. It's a pretty damn versatile piece. It's great as a pullover. I like the half zip almost, or more like a quarter zip. But I like this. So this is the level 2 top from the block 1 of the PCU. So there was a block 0. Let me show you that one too, just so you can see the difference. And now there's actually block 2 from the PCU, but I don't know what they redid on the actual level 2. So this is the first gen, if you will. They call it block 0 of the PCU level 2. And I like this a lot too. it was probably my favorite thing going until the Block 1 came out and I saw the benefit. It still is very much almost the same fabric. You can see this waffle pattern on the inside is still utilized, but I like that they did not continue the waffle pattern up into the collar on the Block 1. So you can see on the Block 1, the collar is not as bulky because it's more of like a wicking material rather than the waffle pattern material. So, and then I like the fact that the pits have that same kind of wicking, and they really kind of help aerate your body as you're sweating too. So, and I think the fit and finish is a lot better on this too. I'm not so crazy about the little horizontal line across the front of this. You know, the Block 0 didn't have that, but I do think the fit is better on the Block 1. So this is the PCU Level 2 top, and that would be if I could pick one item, that's what I would pick. Next question is from Stephen S. on Patreon, who asked, do you have any recommendations for a coffee subscription service, preferably one that offers from smaller companies in a variety of blends and origins? Thanks. As a matter of fact, Stephen, I do, and that's what I was going to talk about today. We're drinking Avoca coffee out of Fort Worth, Texas here. They're in no way a sponsor of the show. I just really love their coffee because they're local here. And this is their Mogwai coffee. I actually just started on their subscription service. We have some bags coming to work, and I also have this at home. So I'm pretty all in on Avoca stuff right now. But I really like their coffee. This is a blend on the Mogwai, so they have a lot of single origin stuff. They have a lot of blend stuff. I'm not sure if you can get it ground too. I'm pretty sure you probably can, but it might be all whole bean, which is what you should be getting anyway. But Avoca, check them out. They do have subscription services, so I know they will send it anywhere in the United States. I'm pretty damn sure, don't quote me on that, but yeah, check them out, Avoca. All right, so the last thing I wanted to cover on Gear Tasting Day is talking about an awesome new patch we have. We turned the Gear Tasting Chattering Teeth logo into a hookback morale patch for you to wear and support gear tasting in your endeavors outdoors. So pick up one from the ITS store. They are going to be available Friday. By the time you're watching this, that should be tomorrow. Unless you're watching on Friday, then it'll be today. So pick up one of these in the ITS store. Gear tasting morale patch. So one last thing I want to mention too is that if you're kind of interested in the history of the PCU or protective combat uniform like I am and Matt Sharp is too, we kind of collaborated on an article. It is one of the most comprehensive pieces, if not the most comprehensive piece on the internet or print media about the PCU system and all the different blocks and everything that it's got going. So if you're interested in the history of it or just want to learn more about what it is and all the different layers, it's like a Taco Bell burrito. It's got 7 layers. So if you're interested in that, check it out. I'll put the link below in the description. Thanks for watching Gear Tasting as always. And I mentioned a question came from Patreon. Please check out Patreon. We have a link below too, and you can support the show by subscribing on Patreon. It allows us to give you back something as well. We've got something special for you. You can get into the Blackworks membership level and get some cool stuff with that too. So thanks again for watching. Be sure to use the pound tag Gear Tasting on any social media network to get your questions answered here on Gear Tasting. Thanks again.